Hello everyone, today we're going to be playing Austria, and we're going to be playing them as non-aligned Austria with Kurt Schuschnigg as our leader. So this is a pretty difficult challenge. We do have to fight Germany, we'll have to fight Italy, and whatever other Axis members there may be. So we might have to fight Hungary, we might have to fight Romania. I've even had a game where we had to fight the Czechs, so somehow they were able to join the Axis. So we'll see what happens here. There's a little bit of RNG based on what happens between Hungary and Romania if Romania just gives up the land. The end goal of this is going to be forming Austria-Hungary as non-aligned, and of course that may involve us fighting the Allies as well, but we'll see. Like I said, anything can happen here, so let's do this. Iron Man on, historical focuses. Alright, so here we go. We start with 3 research slots. We're going to do mostly the classic stuff here, although actually, you know what, let's throw this off a little bit and do something a little bit different. We are going to want this interwar tank development, but we also for some reason start with no artillery. And why that is, I have no idea. Austria-Hungary certainly used artillery in World War I, so somehow the Austrians forgot how to make artillery. It is what it is. We'll go ahead and research that. We're going to get production tools as well, and we're going to start with political effort. We're going to put an extra on gun, and yeah, we'll just leave it like that. We're going to start building mills immediately as well. We do need some mills. We need to start producing stuff quickly, and we'll just group our units for now. We are going to make all of these infantry, so might as well just switch it up now. Alright, so let's take a look at our general situation. We are on volunteer only with 6.53 million eligible core population. Actually, this is kind of luxurious to me. I'm not used to having 6.53 million core population. Recently I played Lithuania. They have around 2 million population, and I defended against both Germany and the Soviets in a live stream. Yeah, I'm getting used to just pain, and so when I have something like at least somewhat okay, it feels good. I'm feeling excited about this. So yeah, 13 factories, that's luxurious. Like, we can deal with this. Political effort is done. We're gonna switch to industrial effort now, and we have some political power to do stuff with. Let's go ahead. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna cancel this real quick. So we can actually get 2 things in quick succession if we do it this way. So first things first, we'll do improved worker conditions, and we will wait actually about 7 days or so to get the political power to spend on something else before taking a focus. So it just makes sense to do this sometimes. In this case, we're getting the chief of army a bit faster, and that's going to be helpful. So I was debating on this before when I was kind of doing my tests. This max entrenchment is actually quite good, especially for a defense. So do we want to take this? It's kind of up to you. I think in the long run, this army offense is just going to be better because we'll eventually be pushing back against Germany. Entrenchment is not so good once you're trying to push back. So this is kind of the all-around guy. Division attack is always useful. It's useful in defense. It's useful in attack. It's just good.
It's not, I'm not kidding. It just works.
So let's go with that, and that's going to start us off getting some 0.3 army XP daily. That's going to be great. And as you can see, it saved the 8 out of 10 days anyways. So now we can go ahead and take this focus, and it will save that. It will put us into the negative, but we're getting our bonuses. So that's a little trick you can do sometimes. Yeah, do with that what you will. All right, so first research finished up. Yes, we are going to do interwar tank development. We will need to get anti-air as soon as probably this artillery finishes, and then we will do basic armor protection. But yeah, we'll get there soon. All right, there we go. Artillery finished. Let's get anti-air. And so these are roughly synced currently. And then hopefully once we get this one, it'll be roughly synced as well. 92 days. Yeah, so all of these should finish around the same time. Then we will have everything needed to start producing our SPAA, which we're going to use for Space Marines. So I just saw this. We didn't have the military industrial organization applied. You do get some funds daily from doing that. So 0.1 daily. And that adds up over time. So you do want to make sure that those are applied. Industrial effort finished. Let's see, which should we do first? I'm thinking armament efforts rather than going down the construction efforts right now. That we can start getting some early production going. So we'll get those 3. I think after that, we'll probably rush down here to construction effort 3. Another good thing though is going to be getting militarism. If we can get militarism, that will boost our recruitable population by 5%, which is massive. That is super, super good. Alright, so like I said, here we go, basic armor protection. We'll apply the tank manufacturer as well. So yeah, roughly synced. It's not perfect, but basically once we finish this interwar tank development, we'll be able to start producing some tanks. And I'll show you guys once we get there. Alright, we got extra production. Let's go ahead and put one more on guns. After this, we're going to get some on artillery, and I'll move that to the top of the list. We'll move guns to the bottom. Alright, and this is important. We've got 35 XP. We need to add professional officer corps. So this will give us extra daily command power gain. Will also improve our army XP gain by 5%, as well as decreasing doctrine cost by 5%. So lots of good things about this that will help us to actually get some doctrines early on. Okay, I'm gonna build an agency. We'll probably only do that for now. Yeah, we have a lot that we need to construct, so I'm a little iffy on doing too much of this, like into the agency. Maybe another one that would be good to get is the army intelligence branch. We'll see. Maybe we'll do that one too. All right, I'm probably gonna leave you guys to doing whatever you want from here on out. Basically, I just wanted to show you guys the building blocks of the SPAA. That's what you absolutely need to research. After that, obviously prioritizing construction production bonuses are going to be really good. If you can prioritize artillery as well, that's huge. I may even rush to this artillery just because it does significantly more damage. So if we look at this, 25 soft attack, boosted up to 30 soft attack. It's not the biggest bonus, but it will help, especially when we are trying to push back into Germany. All right, we got all the building blocks for our initial tank. So we got the anti-air, we got interwar tank, we got basic armor protection. So let's go ahead and build our tank now. So we're going to take the interwar medium tank chassis. We're going to change it to a one-man turret of the light type. Basic anti-air gun. We're going to add sloped armor and 3 extra ammunition storages. We're not going to apply the MIO because it does have an extra cost to it. We're a little bit poor on XP right now, so, and it's only, 2% extra bonuses. Not that great, so yeah, we'll just leave that alone for now. This is our tank. We gotta add the armor too. I knew that didn't seem right. There we go. Now that's our tank. So 51 armor. That'll be 6.78 total production cost. So we're gonna start producing some of these as soon as we can. We're gonna want 3 on those. As you can see, we're kind of struggling a little bit to get enough stuff because I want to get 2 on support equipment. I want to get 2 on towed artillery. And I want to at least have 3 on guns. Now we can switch to partial MOB. That's going to help us significantly. So that gave us 2 more civs to work with. It's also going to boost the speed that we produce military factors at. So it's a 40% swing. We do want these units to all be trained, so I'm going to start training all of these. And there we go. We got our first spy. So like I said, we're going to throw him down here in this region. The more intel that we have here, the more it will reduce their planning. So there you go. You can see that right there. The effects for the German Reich. They get less entrenchment, and the max planning factor is starting to go down. 150 PP, we're going to get the popular figurehead now. This does improve our stability, which is great. And we also have 180 command power right now, so we're going to do this real quick. We're going to promote a bunch of commanders, and the reason we want to do this, we want to use up all that CP, and after that, we will get a bonus. Oh, we got a brilliant strategist there. Amazing. All right, so that does it for this. And we're going to use some XP now to do political loyalty. So that will improve our stability even further. We're up to 92% now, which is pretty great. But the reason we did that after is because this does apply a negative to your officers. Anytime you get new officers, they'll begin with either politically connected or media personality traits. Those are not good. So that's why we want to get as many commanders before doing that as possible. And we will be using a lot of these, so it's definitely a good thing to do. We're starting to produce factories much faster now, and so we're looking much better now. We're going to get 2 on both of these. I'm probably going to boost the artillery then after that, because we're going to want to get as many artillery into our divisions as possible. Right, our infantry deficit is almost fixed. I'm going to start training 2 more units. We don't have too much excess manpower right now, but we will be fixing that later. All right, so I've got this set up now. We're going to produce some more mills. We'll maybe produce a civ if we have time, but we do need to get one more thing done here. So we need to get a railway up into this region. We want to have this supply hub both connected to our main hub without having to go through this region. Basically, we're going to abandon some of these tiles and we will lose that railway connection through here. So we need to build a new one through here. We also need to get these up to a higher level as well. So I'm just going to do level 2 right now. That way it can get finished. It's a little hard to get it all done otherwise. So yeah, we'll do it that way. I'm thinking maybe we'll go down to militarism now. So we're going to switch off of doing this. I would like to get the construction Action Effort 3. I would love to get the extra research slot as well, but we kind of need that population. As you can see, we are low right now, so we'll go ahead and switch, and yeah, it'll be good. So next up, we're going to be saving some political power. Yeah, the Chinese United Front just formed, so China will be getting attacked soon. We do want to send them an attaché, and we need 100 political power, as well as we need to improve relations with them up to at least plus 20. Then we can send them an attaché and start getting some of their XP, or a bonus from their XP, I suppose. And there's the China War. All right, so we will get started here. We just need to improve relations, like I said, to 20. So we'll just wait for that. There we go. All right, then we can stop improving relations and we can send the attaché. So there we go. All right, unlimited XP. I wish it were unlimited, but yeah, we're still going to be a little bit strapped for XP despite even sending that attaché. All right, so next thing we are going to need to do, as soon as we have 150 political power, we're going to get limited conscription. We really badly need to get more population, and I want to get more infantry in the queue as well. So we'll get that a little before we get militarism, and yeah, it'll be good. Well then, unfortunately, our spy did get captured. Not too much we can do about that. We have no other spies. I really don't want to spend on this right now. Like I was saying before, you know, we'll still be able to fight Germany even without a network there. One other thing I completely forgot to do, you can actually, we don't really need these planes. You can scrap them, just put them into stockpiles. You can go into international market, sell equipment, add equipment, and sell all of these. You get 150 PP, like I said, limited conscription. We need to get that immediately. All right, and militarism is next. One other big thing that we are going to be doing is getting a maintenance company into our divisions. I really should have researched this earlier, but you know, if I get it late into our divisions, it's okay. It'll be all right. But maintenance company helps a lot in capturing the equipment that you're being attacked with. So it's going to be good for us because that means more guns, that means more support equipment, more artillery, even more tanks, although obviously they're not going to be SPAAs. All right, it's time to add more into our division. So we need support artillery. Cavalry recon isn't a terrible idea as well. That does give you a little bit more defense, a little bit more soft attack. Yeah, we could do that. And let's see if we can afford an artillery group right now. Okay, if you hover over this, it shows you how much you have and how much you would need. So 528 is what we would need. We have 449. I'm okay with that. So we're also going to add in the SPAAs here. So let's see how our deficit is of that. So we have 390 available, 396 needed. That's about perfect. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that right now. We can also, since we have some excess infantry equipment, we can start training some more units. And you do want to be training, basically, you know, every single time you have manpower available, every single time you have guns available, start training these units. We need to get more units as soon as possible because we'll need more for the front. So we can go ahead and set up a mock defense here as well. And we also need to promote a leader. So let's promote this guy to field marshal. Since we were able to get a brilliant strategist, well, we will make him our general that we'll use here. So we'll do that. And there we go. All right, so we're going to set up a fallback line here. We're going to do something like this. Up into Innsbruck, over to Salzburg, over to that forest tile, and then up to Linz. So we'll do that. That'll get our units somewhat in place here. And we are actually going to delete that order. And I just do that for the speed of getting the units kind of where I want them. But then I move a unit out from this mountain tile. So we will need more units here. We don't need 2 units on this tile to be sure. We will need 2 units in this tile right here. This mountain will get hit really hard. We'll need more units in Linz. I typically want at least 2 in Linz. 2 in this tile is ideal as well. 3 in Salzburg is ideal. So that's the defense that I typically go with. We are training more units now, so hopefully we will have these at least somewhat ready. And yeah, so you can see we have deficits once again. That's okay. Nothing to worry about. We are getting that fixed. We have a lot of production going on here, so it's totally fine. And I went ahead and actually switched what I was doing here. I was starting to produce this sieve, but I thought about it. I'm like, we really need those railways done. If we don't have those done in time for the attack from Germany, our supply here is going to be complete doo-doo, and that's obviously not good. All right, we got militarism. 7.5% is what we will now be going up to. However, we will be, when we get attacked, we're going to save political power. We'll go to total mobilization as quickly as possible after the war starts. Okay, one thing we need to do as well, we need to give this general the defensive doctrine, and as soon as we can, we will get the trench warfare done. So you can see we don't have enough XP for that, but we will have enough soon. All right, we did finish our railways. I think that was a good idea because I believe when this focus finishes is when we will actually be attacked. So I'm gonna get a couple more units dumped out here, even though they will be green. It's better to have green units than nothing, so that's why I'm doing that right there. All right, so one more unit in Salzburg will be needed, and we have an extra unit. I think maybe we should put it in Linz as well. Linz does get hit fairly hard as well, so yeah, just something to think about there. All right, so 3 on Salzburg, 3 on Linz, 2 in this forest tile right here, and then 1 on the mountains here where they can only get hit by maybe a couple spots. Innsbruck, I'd like to have 2, and 2 veterans is a good idea as well, and then 2 in this region as well. 2 veterans, again, a really good idea. You will see a little bit of attrition here. It's only 0.10%. Not a big deal. That should get fixed eventually as well. You may see attrition there from time to time. It's not the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't worry too much about it. One other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually get all of these up to level 3. And once again, I'm going to put that civ down the list. I do want to get level 3 on all of these. So yeah, it gets put on the back burner once again. All right, and since we have the XP for the doctrine now, let's go ahead and take trench warfare. That's going to improve our max entrenchment by +10. Very, very strong. And that combined with the defensive doctrine that increases the max entrenchment by 30%, that's going to mean our units have really, really good entrenchment. So yeah, you can see the max is going to be 48%, which is quite solid. And you may see this, that we don't have enough trains. That might be worrying you. Don't worry about that at all. Don't do the commandeers, civilian trains. Don't do any of that. We will run with 0 trains. We're going to have wagon trains supplying our units. So it's kind of weird. The supplies will still run somewhat over the railways, even if you have no trains. Don't know how that works exactly, but it works, and it just works. So don't worry about it. Yeah, just roll with it. All right, we did get maintenance company 1. Let's go ahead and throw that into our units if we have enough support equipment. So we have 284 currently. I think that's enough, actually. Let's check. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And there's the press for Anschluss. So we will say no to this. We're ready for the attack. Yeah, all of our units are in place. We have good, decent railways. We'll continue improving these as we can. So yeah, I think we're ready. Our units are well entrenched. So we're going to say no, Austria's destiny lies elsewhere. If you say the first one, the game will just end. I guess if you're getting tired of doing this playthrough already, then just click that one and there you go. You're done. Are now part of the German Reich.
To refuse them would be fatal for all of us. And joining them would be unthinkable.
They're going to be attacking us soon. They do have the war goal now, I believe. Yep, they do. So it's just, it always takes them a moment to decide to attack, and they're getting all their units in place and all that as well. So unfortunately, our guy is still a jailbird, but he will be killed off before too long here. So you may see some red bubbles here. That's okay. It will quickly change. Because of our entrenchment, because of our division stats, we're in good shape. So they're going to take Wells. They're probably going to take all the way down to this mountain as well. Not a big deal. They're going to start attritioning there. Don't worry about that. As long as you're fully entrenched here as well, you should be good to go. So if you see a really nasty attack, or like you see your organization going way down, you can hit this force attack. That is not a terrible idea to do. Basically, it increases your attack stats, and then you can deorg the enemy faster. And so their attack on you will stop faster than it would otherwise. All right, so yeah, we have 132 PP. As soon as we get 150, we're going to switch to total mobilization. That's going to help a lot. And don't worry about the negative from the population or recruitable population. We still would be moving up to 4.5%. So it's not to be worried about at all. As soon as you get this construction effort through, you can get military youth. That will continue your recruitable population moving in an upward fashion. So don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. All right, and we have some excess once again. So like I said before, just as soon as you have those excess guns and the manpower, go ahead and start training new units. You will need them, especially to be pushing back against Germany, which is the end goal. We do want to be pushing back against Germany as quickly as possible. And to do that, we need units. So yeah, pump them out. All right, we have 50 XP. If we want to, we can do static warfare. That would increase our entrenchment speed and max entrenchment. Not a terrible idea to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. So we do have some deficits as well. I've been kind of not wanting to trade for stuff, even though we do have these deficits. I'm gonna go ahead and trade a little bit. So we're just gonna get 1 civ worth of steel from Sweden. That'll help a little bit with producing a few more goods. So I don't want to go completely crazy on it, because just the amount of excess factories that we have is not great, although it's about to improve a lot right here. So there we go. That moved us up to 11 excess factories, which is great. I love that. So it might be a good idea to build another civ. It's also a good idea to get some anti-air. I like doing Tyrol. I don't know, it probably doesn't matter, but they are bombing us. Our SPAA are shooting down some other planes, so that's good. But yeah, solid defense right now. So we'll be watching the casualties. 6.3k to 100k for Germany so far. Definitely reasonable casualties. We can work with that. So here we go. Construction effort 3 is done. Time for military youth. All right, I am going to be watching these 2 territories because they are still attritioning. Their org is getting a little low. I don't love that. They are recovering slightly, but because of the out of supply and all the other issues, they are struggling a little bit to resupply. But what I wanted to show here is we do have the infantry leader on this guy now. It's a good idea to get ambusher. That max entrenchment 5.0. That's going to be huge. Infantry expert is good as well. It does improve your infantry division attack, and it's again the same kind of trade-off, but I think in this case the max entrenchment is going to be the best bet to go with here. And let's check out our max entrenchment. That moved it up to 65%, so definitely quite good. Okay, so I think it might be because of the weather. Yeah, there's deep snow and it's very cold, and it's May. It's just what you get up here in the Alps. But since these units are kind of struggling, I'm going to go ahead and do a force attack. It does force attack on all the units. If you want to save CP, you can grab these, send them to another general. I'm not too worried about it. We have a ton of CP right now, so let's just do it on the entire line. You'll see the enemies will start getting deorged really quickly. But yeah, they have some tanks attacking here too, and we're not piercing those, so that's part of the issue that we're having here, along with the supply issues. It's probably going to be a good idea to continue increasing the amount of railways we have. So yeah, as you can see here, no supply connection from capital. Here's what we need to do. We need to improve these ones that have 3 levels of damage. So there's 3 of those right now. We'll do all of those. It's not a bad idea to put the rest of these up into the top as well. But yeah, we're taking some massive damage. So I'm going to go ahead and improve these as well, up another level. Sometimes you'll see this where they're just bombing you hardcore. Sometimes they bomb less. It's complete RNG. But yep, as we fix those, it instantly is getting supplies once again, even with no trains, like I said before. So yeah, apparently they're, pulling wagons along the railways to get us supplies. So you will start to see the units where they're getting attacked often will start getting really, really good veterancy because they're inflicting way more damage than they're actually taking. So if you want to, you can switch out some of these units that aren't taking so much damage. Like I'm going to send this one up there, probably pull like a veteran away, maybe this guy, and that way we can start getting some XP on the unit with no veterancy whatsoever. So it's a good way to train your units. Wow, we got pushed out there once again. I'm going to go ahead and force attack it. This unit will hold now, but we need to get more units over there. So this unit did get pushed out, so we'll send this one over to that line to help hold. I don't want to lose this province if possible. It does have a factory and it has manpower, of course. So definitely better to not lose it if possible. All right, we are just continually getting bombed out, and there's no way to stop that until we get some AA up. So I'm going to go ahead and push the AA to the top of the list. Hopefully we can shoot down some of these bombers that are just inflicting massive strategic bombing on us. Yeah, we'll see. It's been painful so far. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. All right, we got military youth. That will make sure that we are continuing to move up on our recruitment, and we're going to get army effort next. And once again, yeah, just make sure you're still recruiting every time you have equipment available. Shoot, they did the Munich agreement and I didn't see it fast enough, so they're starting to pour units up here. I'm gonna try to, I'd like to get a unit here if possible. All right, so currently 27k losses to 527k, so we're looking really, really good. You can also tell that the German units are starting to look a bit weak. They're struggling for equipment, and we're still looking in great shape. So yeah, definitely a much better situation than them. Although they are still bombing the absolute tar out of us, and I'm gonna build more AA, or static A, that's all we can really do, and hope that we can blow up some of their strategic bombers. But yeah, they're just knocking our railways out consistently. But I am still upgrading those. We're trying to get to level 5 everywhere now. And yeah, hopefully that will stop the madness situation here with supplies. So Germany just did a force attack. They may actually end up losing some units from doing this. Their strength is just going down massively. I'd love to see that. Self-inflicted destruction right there of their own units. So I'm going to get this infantry specialist. I'm getting some troops to the Italian border. We'll continue to train them for now, but we will be getting attacked by Italy eventually. So we want to have some troops along this entire border. There's only 3 territories. They're all mountains. Very easy to defend. And once our supplies stabilize a little bit here, I'm going to show you guys an attack that we can do. So we can actually trap these 3 tiles right here fairly easily. We just need to attack through here and through here. So once they do another attack on us and deorg themselves, especially in this region, we can use 2 of these units and push back here. So I'll show you guys that. Made it into that tile. I'm going to try to pin these units. I think this unit is trying to get over here. So if we have it pinned, hopefully that will prevent that from happening. They're also attacking from this. They're trying to reinforce from this tile. I don't want that to happen. So we'll pin that and hope that we can keep them pinned. There we go. All right, so we can stop those attacks. We'll just hold in those tiles. Beautiful. There's Italy. Italy's joining the war. Well, they joined the German Reich. They probably won't join the the war right away. But just to be safe, we can stop training these units. And we need to switch out the normal recon for Rangers now. So that you can see that does give us a pretty decent boost. It even improves our initiative and lots of good stuff like that. So I like this pretty well. It's going to give us a lot of extra bonuses. And I would really like to put more towed artillery into our divisions. We only have about half what we need, but I'm going to do it. Let's just do it because it will give our units a boost in the amount of damage that they do. We are officially over 1 million casualties for Germany, 37k for us. Not too bad at all. And Italy still hasn't joined the war, so we'll see what happens there. They will eventually. I'm quite certain of it. There it is. Italy's joining the war, and there are exactly 0 Italian troops on the border right now. But Germany put enough troops there to make Italy happy. I'm thinking we'll do another attack here again. We'll trap some more troops. Right now we could get 9 if all goes as planned. All right, we've almost got them. Pinning attack here. There we go. Perfection. All right, so we'll clean this up, see how many kills we get. Well, I cleaned up that pocket. Now they're doing an all-out assault again, so it's kind of weird. Okay, sure, do it. Well, I'd like to start pushing back soon, but with Italy joining the war, that brought fresh bombers into the region. So now we are getting bombed out yet again. Our supply is going down the tubes. It seems to happen every now and then where we just completely lose supply to these hubs. Let's see how many divisions they have. 55 to 62. That's not too healthy for Germany. And almost 1.5 million casualties at this point. So I'm thinking we'll be in good shape to do this attack. Well, we're struggling to take this territory yet again. I'm just going to pull back. We'll fall back again. We'll try again later. All right, I'm going to try a different encirclement this time. So let's throw these back in this division. We're going to attack through here. We still have so many railways just completely decimated. I'm going to try to push up here, and then maybe over here, and maybe we can get an even larger swath. So we'll see what we can do here. Pin those troops there. Ah, no. Suddenly just 4 troops appear out of nowhere. It's so frustrating. Maybe we can still do it though. Might be able to keep these troops pinned. No, I was a second late, like millisecond late. Oh gosh, this is so stupid. It's so annoying. I hate it. So close to entrapping them every single time. I mean, here, let's just take what we can here. We'll take this and we'll still get an encirclement that way. We could also push here. That's another option. Why is that considered a retreat? Yeah, we might just get a much smaller encirclement, which, I mean, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to do something here. We're going to do the Commando Expert. We're going to switch from Professional Army Officer Corps and go to Tip of the Spear. This does increase our Special Forces cap by 24, which is significant. And after that, well, we'll wait for them to stop attacking us, and then we'll switch out some of this stuff. They seem to love to do this all-out attack as soon as we have closed the pocket and destroyed a whole bunch of their troops. All right, good enough. We'll switch this up now. So we're going to do remove 1 infantry, and we're just going to add a single mountaineer. We could do maybe more. Okay. All right, let's add 2 mountaineers. We'll do that. That leaves us a little cushion. Then we can still recruit units without any problem. Ooh, Germany down to 45 divisions. All right, I think it's time for pushing back on Germany now. They are looking hyper weak, and I think this is going to be a cakewalk. I always say that, though, and then we run into more trouble. So I'm probably going to be underestimating that because it is Germany. They still have, what, 178 factories. Look at Italy's division count, too. They're absolutely crushing Germany at this point. All right, so here's the RNG event. Romania returned Transylvania. That means more than likely we are going to have to fight a Hungary that will be in the Axis, and more than likely Romania will as well. So we'll see what we need to do here. That was the big RNG event. If they had gone to war with each other, we could have seen some weird stuff happen. So like Romania might join the Allies, or Hungary might join the Axis, or vice versa. You can even see Czechoslovakia join the Axis in that case. So this will be a little bit more of a normal run then, I think. So that's maybe a good thing, but RNG can play to our favor sometimes as well. Here, another nice little encirclement. Happy little encirclements.
Look at that. Isn't that a nice little encirclement? All you have to do is sort of push him out.
Yeah, we're crushing these guys. Man, Germany down to 38 divisions. I think we can almost just dump out our troops and start battle planning. Like, they're in that bad of shape. So I probably don't want to just battle plan just to be on the safe side, but I think it might be possible at this point, which is kind of funny. Typically, you won't see Germany get that weak. We got to keep shuffling our troops around. We need to get them into the places that we want them for easy encirclements. So I'm going to pin this troop. I'm going to keep those in place while we encircle them, and then and we'll destroy them. All right, there's one encircled group here. So now we need to close this pocket. And like I said, I'm just going to go up to the north here and try to encircle the rest of these. We do have them all kind of pinned against the wall. We need to make sure that our troops can hold, and we need to destroy all of those as quickly as possible if we don't run into any issues. And I'm going to keep pushing north as well. You can see they barely have any troops up here. So I think it is going to be time. Let's just dump out the rest of these 3 troops, even though they are terrible veterancy. They're at the absolute greenest. Doesn't matter. They're still troops. They will hold the line, and their stats are not even that bad. So they'll get the job done just fine. And one other thing, we do need to switch what we're using here. So let's go to local police force and the Schnella division. All right, I'm really hoping we can sneak in here. That's going to be really nice if we can. Let's try to pin the troop here. Looks like they are bringing another troop up. But if we get this territory, they are officially encircled. Well, every time that I think Germany must be completely out of troops because we've encircled so many, they start pulling more from other sides. So yeah, they still have more somehow. Who knows how? But yeah, they keep coming. So we'll just have to keep encircling these guys, and that's fine. They seem to almost encircle themselves. They'll walk to the front, and since they just do not have enough troops, it's so easy just to walk around them. So that's all we have to do. Just keep walking around them, and we will win that way. So I'm going to keep getting troops up here too. I want to push to this coast to get these troops encircled, but I want to continue and get even more. So you can tell our supplies are still just garbage. I've been trying to build railroads to fix that issue, but at least so far we're kind of struggling. Could be that it's like a throughput type thing. I don't know. I'll try to see what I can do by just building as many railways as possible. All right, so since we're taking all these territories, our deficit of guns is going to start getting worse and worse. So we do need to fix that. We're looking good on about everything else except, of course, trains. We did get this encirclement completed. We destroyed all the troops here. We're finishing these off, and we'll finish this pocket as well. I think once we finish that, how many troops is Germany even going to have? Like 12 maybe? All right, so we absolutely 100% can go ahead and just do a front line now. You can tell we have way more than enough. It's going to be easy from this point on. Now, there are a bunch of Italians up here. Like, I've noticed it's kind of crazy just how many they sent. They were really trying to help their German ally, which, considering what Italy usually does, that's pretty big improvement. Like, actually competent, helpful Italy. Definitely unusual. All right, Berlin has fallen to the Austrians. Beautiful, just as it was meant to be. All right, so Germany is 83% towards capitulation. We've inflicted 2.2 million casualties. Just Bulgaria in the Axis so far. Kind of strange. So we'll see when Hungary will actually join. Looks like they're just improving relations or something right now. And there it is, the collapse of Germany. So we now have a Austrian Germany. So for this challenge, I did have the stipulation that I wouldn't join any alliance and I wouldn't request Lend-Lease, but I am allowed to accept it. This is going to take a considerable amount of our convoys, but I think it's well worth it. All right, so we'll mop up these Italian troops up here, and then we can try to do something else. If we want to, we could try to justify on Czechoslovakia. We might be able to do that without causing too much world tension to where the allies will actually guarantee them. I don't know. Let's see how long it would take. 240 days. Oof. Might even just be better to let them join the allies just straight up. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess what we'll do, we'll destroy the allies. I think we are going to have to naval invade the allies. So I'm going to show you guys the Naval Order 66 and just how powerful that can be. And Italy barely has anything on the border. They are hyper weak. I don't think that's real though. I think they just have their troops somewhere else. Yeah, because they have 110 divisions. So if we don't push through really quickly, we could definitely run into some issues here. I'm actually going to try to push with just these few divisions here. And the reason I want to do that is because I know if they see our troops starting to stack on the border, they will also stack troops on the border. So the more we can take right now, the better it will be for us. So especially if I can get to Venezia, that is really, really important because that is a major supply hub in the region. And that's pretty much the only way we will actually have supplies by taking that. So it seems that putting these mountaineers in is really helping our ability to actually take these mountains. So that is nice. I'm glad we did that. And here come the troops. The cavalry is arriving. We will absolutely crush these guys. Well, so far it's been like a hot knife through butter. So I'm liking this. We are absolutely crushing them. Look at those stats too. They're not piercing us. We have massive soft attack and we're pushing even into a mountain. No problem. Well, come to think of it, we can't actually do a Naval Order 66. We would need military access to Britain / France, either one. Obviously, we're not going to get that without a mutual war. And because we crushed these guys so early, that's an issue for because Italy hasn't taken any offensive actions. They might have a war goal against someone. No, they don't even have a war goal. That's not good. Well, I mean, what other option
options do we have? I mean, I think we're still gonna have to fight the Allies regardless. We can at least fight Hungary without causing any problems, and that would actually give us all the land that we need because they already took it from Romania. So that's a bonus. The issue is we would still need Czechoslovakia and we would still need Yugoslavia. So I don't know how we would get that without starting World War II. So, but I mean, I guess let's just finish off Italy. We can go ahead and justify on Hungary now. 185 days, that's fine. And there we go. Mussolini is now deposed. We are trying to get into Toronto and the rest of their larger cities. The back is pretty much completely broken at this point. And there it is. Italy declares war on Italy. So are they are 100% gone. Bulgaria is a major though? Maybe? They might actually be a major. So we might have to wait until these guarantees kick in or something because we have no way. I mean, we could potentially create a faction with Yugoslavia and that would work, but we need to kill Yugoslavia eventually anyways. So I don't know. But there's the peace deal. We have all the points, so this will be a completely cake peace deal. We do need to make sure that we take a few states that we will need for our Austria-Hungary cores. So obviously Sudetenland, Alto Adige, Trentino, Litorale, Istria, and Zara. It looks like Bulgaria is not included, so I guess they're going to create their own Axis faction. We can take the stuff from Italy and from Regno del Sud. No idea why, but apparently we can. And we can't actually even create a puppet, so I guess we're taking all of that for ourselves then. I guess we were just so fast with this. That's just how it worked out for us. We'll have all of that land for ourselves, and we'll have a strong German puppet. Other than that, yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, we can't take the navies. It is sad, but there's nothing we can do about that because we didn't have a port when the peace deal happened. You have to own and control a port rather than just having taken one in war. So that's just how it works. So we're actually not even at war with Bulgaria anymore. This is crazy. So they were in the Axis, but since they never joined any of the wars, they didn't actually have to become faction leader or anything. Okay, well, Luxembourg and Belgium is in the Allies. I think that might mean we could push through here and get into France and destroy them. Of course, we would need troops here as well. We do have access to Germany's manpower now, so they have 2 million manpower available currently. So we can create some divisions of theirs. I'm thinking we're going to have to do that because if you look at what we're looking at manpower-wise right now, it's not looking too great. And yeah, if we just pump out some German divisions, that will certainly help to alleviate that. So I'll create a similar division to what we're currently using with Germany. Our justification is nearly complete. I do want to get ready to do this attack against Hungary. Interesting. Yugoslavia joined the Chinese United Front. Okay then. Japan declared war on Yugoslavia. Why? Why did that just happen? That is strange. If anyone knows, leave a comment down below because yeah, that's a new one. All right, once our war goal finishes, I'll do a war justification against China, and since Yugoslavia is now in the Chinese United Front, that's how we'll get Yugoslavia. Their justification is done. Time to destroy Hungary. And since they're fascist, I don't think if anything they would join Japan. We'll see. I don't think they will. 35 days for the China justification. Once again, I'm just pushing straight through here. Pretty much no problems. We do need more artillery though, so I'd like to put more in our divisions as well. That would definitely help. So we got to keep bumping that up as fast as we can. Soviet Union declared war on Poland. Ooh, will that bring the Allies in? Maybe not. Interesting. There was no guarantee of Poland. So yeah, like I said, there's some RNG here and things go a bit wonky. So just be prepared for that if you do this particular run. So we can ask to join the faction of Bulgaria, even though officially it doesn't list them as having a faction. So apparently they're still the Axis. Yeah, this is strange. Lots of weird stuff happening here. So Romania, Japanese War, Kingdom of Romania. Oh, because they guaranteed the independence of Yugoslavia. Interesting. Well, we don't have to go to war with Romania regardless. So, but yeah, we're about to win this war. Here we go. Take Cluj. That will end it for us. Beautiful. And we just need to take all of their territories. So we'll take every single last bit for ourselves. Hit exit. And there we go. We're done. All right. So our war goal against China is nearly done. They're not guaranteed or anything weird. We have 5 days left. We do want Yugoslavia to actually join that war. Okay, so yeah, no allied involvement with this Lithuanian/Poland war. That'll be interesting. They're definitely going to collapse. Well, Czechoslovakia, I think we 100% will have to go to war with the Allies. I don't know if we should justify directly on Czechoslovakia. They do have a modifier that's plus 30%. I think we would have to because they're not actually in the Allies. They will get guaranteed, but we'll just need to have some troops on this border here and potentially some garrison troops in Italy and elsewhere. But yeah, I think for the most part, it shouldn't be too hard. So what we can do here, I want to leave troops off of the border against Yugoslavia. So the idea is to just go behind the border instead. So we do something like this because we want Yugoslavia to join the war against us. We don't want to scare them off. That's very important. We could also get some troops down here. It's not a bad idea to do that. Let's send these 11 troops down there. Declare war. Now we wait for Yugoslavia to join. They will, or they should. Okay, yep, right away. Yugoslavia joined as our enemy. That's what we wanted to see. So we're going to stop training these guys. I don't know why they were still training, but it is what it is. All right, we're going to delete this order. That's just the small fallback order that we had right there. We're going to make a new front line there. We're going to give them an offensive line somewhere around here. And then the rest of our troops, we will make a front line here. And we will do an offensive line down there. And we're going to tell them to go immediately. Well, it helps to delete this order first. Okay, now we apply those. There we go. 42 divs. Oh no. No, stay there. Don't leave. Okay, we're good. We're good. They will take some stuff. No big deal. We're going to be pushing. Let's get down into Belgrade quickly. And we're going to push from the south as well. Okay, and since our justification is done on China, let's go ahead and do this now. So 160 days, that's not too bad. We can wait that. And there we go. Yugoslavia's gone already. It was fast. So next up, just Yugoslavia. Like I said before, we do need troops along here. It looks like Germany is producing a lot of troops. Like I said before, you know, their industry is massive. It actually dwarfs ours. So, and their amount of manpower is also way, way better than ours. So they will be pumping out the troops. That's good for us. They'll be able to help us hold and push potentially. And we just need to get some troops down here, along here, some garrison troops probably, and then just surround Czechoslovakia and get them destroyed. No, I just saw something. Forgot about Zalzi. We actually need Zalzi. So it's looking like we'll have to go to war with Poland/Soviets. I imagine the Soviets are going to beat Poland eventually, and then we can just declare war on the Soviets. So, I mean, it's annoying, but I think we can beat them regardless. We could make Germany an integrated puppet, but I think I actually don't want to. I like having a little buffer of them just staying a puppet, staying in the current state that they are. So once we go to war, they will be getting a lot of support or a lot of autonomy. So I think I want to reduce that as much as possible. All right, we have 20 days left. All right, I think I'm actually not going to call Germany into the war against the Allies. So I'm only going to specifically garrison our own stuff, which is going to be Italy, way down here in Rhodes. We don't need to garrison any of this because we don't need to call those guys in at all. So the only thing we will be fighting the Allies at is this region right here. I don't think I actually want to try to push. It is going to be rather difficult to do. So yeah, it's going to be best just to not call Germany in for now. But once we fight the Soviets, we will call Germany in for that at least. Well, we don't really have overwhelming superiority right now. We have 12 more green divisions that we can dump out. I'm just going to do it right away because I want all the divisions that we can have for this attack. Time to declare war. Our troops are all in place. We've got our port guards. All right, I'm not going to just straight up attack yet. I want to see if they attack us first. They might not. They might do it. I don't know. Nope, they're not. All right, so I'm going to see if I can cut them in half now. So we'll hit these two plains tiles here, and that should do the trick then. Once we have them cut in half, their supplies are going to be really, really in bad shape. All right, so now I'm going to tell them to all out attack. These troops in the east are all going to start losing supplies as long as Prague stands. Prague has fallen. We're mopping up all the troops. And there we go. Czechoslovakia is already gone. So I'm going to justify against Soviets now. Wow, 90 days still. Jeez. Well, that's all right. We've got to fight the Soviets now. There's no option. We've got to do it. We're at war with Romania. They joined the Allies. Interesting. Okay, so now we got to mop up Romania. All right, as our justification finishes the Soviets, we will clean up Romania. Well, there goes the Soviets. Well, there goes Poland and Lithuania. So unfortunately, they weren't able to hold. Although in the end, it should turn out okay because now we can just fight the Soviets and take what we need back. All right, there goes Romania with minimal pain. We're still under 100k casualties for all the people that we fought in the Allies so far. Not too shabby. So now we have a pretty long front line though, unfortunately. Look at it. Look how long this is going to be. I'm going to train up 31. That it will put us in massive deficit range because we are very much short on these SPAAs. All right, so if we take a look at this now, it's going to say that we don't have all the Czech territories. Yep. So unfortunately, Zaolzie does get given up during command Sudetenland. So it's just what we have to deal with. We have to fight these guys and take it from them. It is what it is. Dangerous naval invasion. Really dangerous. Let's see if we can fix this. Also, we have bad attrition over here too. All right, simple force attack, and I think we'll have all of these divisions defeated. Unfortunately, they weren't suffering too much attrition, but I think this force attack ought to do the trick. All right, well, a bunch of our divisions will be green, but we've at least got like 70 divisions almost. I guess it's time to fight the Soviets. This could go really poorly. I have no idea what's going to happen here. All right, we'll see if they call Poland in right away. If they don't, I think we can, yeah, we could just declare war. And it is an offensive war anyways. So yeah, let's just declare war. That'll work. So no Soviet attacks. Interesting. We do need to call Germany specifically for this war. It doesn't look too promising. Let me see what we have up here. Austrian-Chinese war. No, that's the Allies. What about this one? That's definitely the Allies. Oh no. Well, I guess we can shorten our front line then. So that's kind of good. So we would only need to go down here. Let's make a front line up, or offensive line up there. All right, so that'll give us more troops to play around with. All right, yeah, they keep naval invading us all over the place. So far, they're not having too much luck. All right, are we ready for this? Let's try to take it. We can hit this territory from 3 sides. All right, that's looking good. I might just call it after we take this as well because, man, I'm super tired. We definitely can beat the Soviets at this point. We can probably even beat the Allies, but it would take a lot of effort. Like, we need Germany to get stronger, basically, before we can do that. And do we have it yet? There we go. Zaolzie is ours. Let's make it a core. Boom. All right, so let's check our total population here. So we have an excess manpower of 2.81 million. Having secured all the Austro-Hungarian imperial lands, the Austrian government, as representatives of the last remaining successor state, has now begun with reintegrating these territories. Beautiful. All right, so 50.63 million in January of 1942. Not too bad, really. We almost had it in 1941, which is pretty decent for having started as non-aligned and stayed as non-aligned Austria. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I do other things. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. If you like to see those, especially if you want to join in and chat with the rest of the group, we always have a lot of fun in those. Be sure to hit that bell icon, and check out our Discord too if you haven't yet. All right, guys, I will see you all later. Bye bye.